What is up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you guys doing today? Welcome to another episode of Phenomenal Views, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, I am back. As you can see, I am in a brand new location. I finally got back on my feet, meaning I can make videos whenever I want, however I want, and I don't have to feel like I'm an inconvenience to anybody. It's my own house. I can do whatever I please. That means you guys are going to be getting more content very soon. Whenever this coronavirus stuff is over, which I honestly hope and pray that it is over very soon, because I really want to go to the theater and see more movies so I can give you guys more content. I mean, either that or I can just like review every other movie on my shelf that I have not reviewed on this channel. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing good. So I am basically reviewing a movie that I did not get to see last summer, and that is our feature presentation, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. That's right, when this movie did come out, I was talking to my buddy Ivan, I was like, dude, we gotta go see this movie, we gotta talk about it. I wanted to really make a video with my buddy Ivan to talk about this movie, because like it looked like something we were both going to really enjoy, and I was like, let's just sit down and just talk about it. But sadly, life happened, and I was not able to do that with him. I actually was able to watch it with him, though, but we did not actually get to make a video about it. Oh well. So this is me playing catch up because I really wanted to voice my opinions on this movie. The trailers came out. I was so excited because I liked the 2014 version of Godzilla, but the one thing I was disappointed in is how they presented the kaiju fights. You know, when it really looked like in the trailers that they were going to present us with a lot of good kaiju fights, really good kaiju fights, and cinematography and directing. And I seen the movie, and well, I can understand why this movie is on everybody's, well, not everybody's, but quite a few people. It's on Film Brains, and it is on Filmmaster Adam's Worst Movies of 2019. I can kind of see why. So if you guys do not want to know what happens in this movie, I strongly recommend you stop the video and go watch this movie yourself. I mean, it's almost, what, like close to... It's a bit of a sit, okay? It's a bit of a sit through. So if you want to go and watch that movie and not be spoiled, that's fine. And if you don't care, well then, good for you. You're staying here. All right, so let's talk about this movie. So the movie actually does a good job of playing catch-up, and before I start this, I'm going to crack open a Mountain Dew. By the way, this is like my third or fourth of these today. So if it looks like I'm having a heart attack, I don't know how I would post this when I'm having a heart attack. If Ken Titus can drive to a burger joint and pick up a burger while he's having a heart attack, maybe I can actually stream a video while I'm having a heart attack. But if I do have a heart attack after this is posted, someone please call 911. That's good stuff. Okay, so Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Now, like I was saying earlier before I grabbed my Mountain Dew, this movie actually does a good job of recapping, I guess, or like reliving what happened in 2014's Godzilla by showing like all the destruction that happened, how people are dealing with it, and should the monsters be killed or should, like, they live? Kind of like the whole thing from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, just no scene in this movie made me go kind of catatonic for a solid hour. Gosh. But anyways, so yeah, like we get like a really good recap of what happened from the first movie, and we see the damages that has been done when we come across the family of Maddie, her dad Mark, and her mother Emma. Now, the whole entire thing with this is, at least the characters in this movie, well, no, I'm honestly going to say only two people in this movie get character development, and that is the character of Mark, because with him, he hates all these kaijus, but he especially hates Godzilla because of what happened, because he and his wife lost their firstborn. It might have been their firstborn. They never specify. But they lost a child due to what happened in San Francisco with Godzilla and the Mutos fighting each other. And so he has this hatred for Godzilla, but what makes him a really good character in this movie is he knows animal behavior. So when they bring him on board to, help find the device that his wife created, they're like, okay, animal patterns, like, and they actually bring that up. Okay, like, he's doing this, he's doing this, they're doing that, and it makes sense. And he's like one of the only characters who really does get developed, other than Dr. Ishiwawa. I cannot ever remember his name. Dr. Irizawa. Something around those lines. He got built up as well, like, like with his relationship with Godzilla, because he's like Godzilla's biggest fanboy. He's like, Godzilla is the only one who can bring this balance, and everyone's like, no, we need to bring all the other kaijus. And I'm just going to go ahead and say, in this movie, Emma is a freaking psychopath, okay? She's basically the Ra's al Ghul of the Godzilla universe. Like with Ra's al Ghul, for those who don't know, thinks that the world is so corrupt that we basically need like a whole freaking Thanos, start over, and then everything can actually be okay. With this, she's like, we need to release the Titans, and even though they cause a buttload of destruction and millions and zillions and billions of people will die, she's like, but look at this. Whenever the Titans go somewhere and cause destruction, life flourishes. So, yeah, pretty much the whole Thanos thing. The world has become too massive. The universe has become too massive. Wipe out half the universe. Things will eventually adapt themselves. Yes, millions of people will die. But anyway, she's the Ra's al Ghul of this movie. And we've got her and Tywin Lannister, who's doing the exact same thing. So, they're doing like this whole entire thing of we need to release the Titans and we need to bring balance. We have to bring balance back to the earth. And I don't have a dwarf son who's keeping me from doing this. I don't have anyone to shame me. Actually, Maddie does shame him like one or two times. Now, Maddie, she really doesn't do much in this movie other than, she is keeping in contact with her dad. And the whole entire thing with this is like the dad left after everything, and so she's more devoted to her mom. But she really doesn't do anything other than flip off Tywin Lannister one time and messages her dad and tries to bring everybody together. Like, she has one purpose in this movie. But anyways, okay, so the one thing I was really looking forward to was how they were going to do King Ghidorah. And I love how they were able to bring King Ghidorah to life, with the motion capture and how they were able to direct him. The three people who made King Ghidorah come to life, I really liked what they did, and all the motion capture. It was great. Then the problem came. Almost every single fight in this movie, except the fight with Rodan, is at night. And for some reason, they decided to have King Ghidorah just be this tropical storm. So whenever King Ghidorah is coming, he's surrounded by this typhoon and you really cannot see him. Or like whenever him and Godzilla are fighting, or whenever him and the other monsters are fighting, you really cannot see what's going on. And I don't know if they just ran out of money and they had to, cut corners or whatever, but it's not really pleasant to look at times. I mean, the destruction is nice when you see King Ghidorah messing up stuff. It was great. Now, I liked what they did with Rodan when they brought him to life. I had so many Power Rangers flashbacks because Rodan is in a volcano. So, you see Rodan flying over a city, and the city is completely obliterated. I'm wondering, how many people did the Power Rangers accidentally kill when they were bringing their Zords together? Because I'm thinking, okay, pterodactyl coming out of a volcano. Now, granted, it did show the pterodactyl flying over like a forest or something, but I'm honestly wondering, how many people did the Megazord destroy when just simply coming together or running? Of course, though, it was. I don't know. I just have Power Ranger flashbacks. I'm just thinking, Zordon's like, Rangers, you need to call your Zords. I don't know. We're still suffering from the last lawsuit that we got. I said, call your Zords. Millions of people were killed that day because of the Power Rangers. You're supposed to be here to protect us, but instead you're just killing us all. Nice job. Anywho, so yes, I thought that was really funny. And then how they did Mothra, I really did like. There's this MacGuffin that they made where they're basically able to copy the monster's frequencies and, make them come to life. Basically, they have a way to control the monsters, which I thought was kind of interesting. Now, one thing how I would do, because they do bring up how King Ghidorah is an alien. With the whole entire thing of the mother being a psychopath and thinking that this is the only way to bring balance back to life, you're murdering a buttload of people, lady. Okay, so they mentioned how King Ghidorah is an alien. Well, what I thought is it brought me back to Transformers 4, which is honestly, I don't like that movie, but anyways. So they bring up this idea in Transformers 4 that Megatron was in charge the whole entire time when they're redesigning his body to look like Optimus Prime. Megatron's conscious was still conscious. So I thought of the idea, okay, what if they know, okay, so King Ghidorah is frozen, but like what if, kind of like when Batman went into hiding for 10 years, the Joker went into a catatonic state. Well, then when Batman came back, the Joker came back. So what if Godzilla returns, King Ghidorah's consciousness is awoken, but he's still trapped behind the ice. So why not have it be like, he's like emitting like these brain waves or something like that to get into the humans' heads to make them want to release him, thinking he is the one who's going to bring balance. And then when he rises and causes all this massive destruction, you kind of have an excuse for why she's doing what she's doing. She's not really in control. She thinks she is, but it's actually King Ghidorah who's doing it, making him the big bad, which he already is, but you give him more of a dynamic with his alien, origins, And I thought that would have been like a whole better thing instead of the mom just being like, yeah, the world's messed up. We just need to bring all these gigantic monsters back and just have them wipe us clean. And then, eventually with a couple next 100 years, we'll come back. So, yeah, you got that. You got all the fights are being in the rain. You have an homage to not only Godzilla versus Destroya, because we get freaking Fire Godzilla, but we also get Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, because, we have all these monsters coming down to fight King Ghidorah. We get Rodan versus King Ghidorah. We get Mothra in her larva and in her moth form. She looks kind of like a praying mantis. Like she's got these pincers and stuff. Like she fights King Ghidorah. He whoops her butt. Godzilla fights King Ghidorah. He whoops his butt. And then you have Mothra doing her little sacrificial thing, and then Godzilla goes Super Saiyan and beats the ever-living crap out of Ghidorah. Having the death with the Muto death eats your heart out from how King Ghidorah dies. It is glorious. And then, the movie ends, with them, all the monsters bowing to Godzilla. No real setup to King Kong versus Godzilla, which I'm really looking forward to. And that's also another reason why I wanted to make this video, is because we do have, hopefully, we have King Kong versus Godzilla coming out this summer, maybe. And I honestly thought, this is the perfect time to make this video. But in all honesty, I enjoyed this movie for what it was. Yes, the characters are all dumb, but I was really looking forward to the kaiju fights, and that's what I got. This movie gave me basically what I wanted was kaiju fights, and I really appreciate that. Everything else is, like I said, if you're honestly looking for character development, don't watch this. Go watch if you're looking for maybe character development, just watch the collection. Watch all the volumes of the original Godzilla movies. There's some character development in there. No, there's no character development except for the dad whatsoever. But if you're looking for kaiju fights, well, maybe you want to go back to this, because you can really see what's going on in there. I liked it because I got some cool fights with King Ghidorah. Guys, thank you for sticking around. I'm glad that I have this new location. Put in the comments below, what did you think of Godzilla King of the Monsters? I really want to know. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell everyone about my YouTube channel. You can check out my Instagram, my Facebook, and you can even check out my Patreon, which I have not done something with in the past couple months. Probably need to do that because it's probably got more dust on it than my wrestling career. Guys, I'll see you next time. Enjoy your Saturday. It's raining. Stay inside, play some video games, and don't forget to drink some Mountain Dew. Have a good day, guys.